Good morning. It is scuba diving weather out here today. You can put on scuba gear and be okay with how much humidity is in the air here. But I decided to go for a run instead. It is um, definitely uh, causing some precipitation out from the sky, though. Hope your day is going to be a spectacular one. And this morning, I was thinking about Paul teaching those around him that in Corinthians it says, I buffet or I beat or I discipline my body and I make it my slave, is what he says. And so he knew something about this body that it required discipline. And I think what he knew was that when this body came forth from the genealogy of Adam, that it was polluted with this thing called sin. And sin would be kind of like trying to have a boat with a hole in it. Your body isn't functioning how God designed Adam and Eve. It's functioning with this thing in it that causes it to work against the righteous way of life. So if you had a boat with a big old hole in the middle of it, it's probably going to work, but it's not going to work in the manner that it was designed. And that's kind of how these bodies are functioning. And I kind of even envision that these bodies are like a thing with a blindfold on them. That if you go about life with a blindfold on, you're going to have to trust somebody else to tell you what to do. You're going to bump into a lot of things. You're going to mess up a lot of things. And that is simply a function of not having clear vision, right? And these bodies, because of this thing called sin, get caught in a lot of weird fixes that I don't know about the fixes you've caught yourself in, but I've got mine in some over time, and it causes emotional ups, emotional downs. It causes rifts among friends. It causes all kinds of challenges. But when Paul says I buffet it or I discipline it, I do things with it that it would rather do otherwise. So I get up and run on a muggy day, not because that sounds like a good plan, because I know it's better that my body is in better shape for the years ahead. So I buffet my body to make it my slave, and this body, because of its shortcomings, doesn't allow me to see spiritual things as clearly as the day that this body departs from me. And Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 7, greater is the day of one's death than the day of one's birth. And it's implied in the eyes of God. And so that's a counterintuitive way of looking at life. But if you get rid of this body and you do what 1 Corinthians 13 says after you get rid of this body, that I look into a glass dimly now. But then when that body goes away, I'll see it clearly. I'll see who God is clearly. I'll see what life really is about. And I'll experience the greatness God has in store for us. And so that's the cool thing about God is he doesn't see the world the way you and I do. But it says also in, I think it's 2 Corinthians 5:8, is that when we're absent from this body, we're immediately present with the Lord. Well, we're already present with the Lord according to 1 Corinthians 6 because it says his spirit has united with our spirit. So our spirit somehow is in the presence of God, but these bodies somehow blindfold us to the reality that we already have. And so today my encouragement for you is that you realize that this body acts as a blindfold to you being able to perceive true spirituality and to experience the greatness at the full throttle level that God had in store for you. And just tone down the body a little bit. Tone it down. When it wants to get in an argument, just say, no, we're not going there. When it wants to stay seated when you need to get up and move around, get up and move around. But buffet your body today and know that God loves you, even if you can't handle this body correctly every single day, because that wasn't his goal. His goal was to live in you, and he is already, so enjoy that. Have a great day.